Squad, who on earth designed this? This is awful. This is pain personified. This is static stretches. Why exactly would we want to do this? Let's get into this. Well, we should probably learn by starting with the basics. What exactly is static stretching? This is a form of stretching where we hold the muscle in a stretched position for a certain amount of time, usually about 15 to 60 seconds, and the goal is to lengthen the muscle fibers, increase your range of motion, and die, because sometimes what it feels like. But jokes aside, it's one of the most common forms of stretching and is typically done after workouts to help with muscle recovery and flexibility. Make sure that you are stretching after your body is warmed up. Please, please, please do not stretch cold before a workout. That is dated advice. You never want to do that. You want to stretch after your body is warmed up. Couple of key points to keep in mind. We're not bouncing or moving around, we're just holding a position. We want to elongate those tight muscles, which can lead to improved flexibility over time. And it's great for cooling down after a workout as well, which is going to calm the nervous system and lower our heart rate. So why do it? Why should we do static stretches, and what benefits can you get from them? Well, it can't just all be about crazy sessions and yielding isometrics. One of the main reasons people stretch is to improve flexibility. Over time, static stretches increase the length of both muscles and tendons, so you can strengthen your tendons and lengthen your tendons. Come on, that deserves a sub right there. Come on, y'all know I'm corny, okay? Improved flexibility makes day-to-day tasks easier too, whether it's bending over to pick something up or reaching for something on a high shelf. It's gonna improve our posture because many of us spend hours sitting at desks or hunched over our phones, so static stretches are going to help correct muscle imbalances by loosening up tight muscles, leading to better posture and less discomfort. Now, after a workout, our muscles are tight and fatigued. Static stretches are going to help relax them and increase blood flow to that area, which is actually gonna end up promoting recovery and reducing muscle soreness. Okay, so now that we know the benefits, let's break down how to do static stretches correctly. Don't ask me why I'm at this angle, we're just gonna have to roll with it. Let's get into it. The key here is to ease into the stretch and avoid bouncing or jerking movements. Let's cover these 5 simple stretches. With our hamstring stretch, we wanna sit on the ground with our legs straight out in front of us. Reach for the toes, keeping your back straight. You should feel a stretch in the back of your legs, and we wanna hold for 30 seconds and then switch. For our quadricep stretch, you wanna stand on one leg. If you need to grab onto something for balance, that's fine. Grab your opposite foot and gently pull it toward your glutes. Keep your knees close together to feel a stretch in the front of your thigh. You wanna hold that for about 30 seconds and then go to the other leg. With our chest stretch, you wanna stand with your arms extended behind you, clasp your hands together, and gently pull back. This will stretch your chest and shoulders, perfect for anyone who spends too much time hunched over, which, let's be honest, is the vast majority of us. With our shoulder stretch, we want to cross one arm across our body and pull it toward our chest with the opposite hand. Make sure you ease into this one. This tends to be not too beginner friendly, at least right away, which is part of the reason why we always want to be warmed up. We're gonna feel a pretty good stretch in our shoulder though once it's warmed up, and our upper back. Wanna hold it for 30 seconds on each side. Last is the calf stretch, which I see rarely. Stand facing a wall, press your hands against it, and step one foot back, keeping your heel on the ground. Lean into the wall to feel the stretch in your calf. Hold for 30 seconds and then switch sides. And please, 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 guys, make sure to breathe deeply. Inhale through your nose and exhale slowly. It helps relax the muscles even further. So when do we use this? Well, like I mentioned earlier, we want to do it after our workout. Static stretching is best done after the workout when our muscles are already warm. It helps reduce muscle stiffness and aids in recovery. It's great for cooling down and lowering the heart rate, not before intense activity. You've probably heard that stretching before a workout is good. I know I have. I remember our track coach used to say that all the time when I was younger, but it's dumb. Static stretching right before intense activity can actually reduce your performance, especially if you're doing something explosive like sprinting or lifting heavy weights. Man, if I could go back in time and tell myself that. Instead, use dynamic stretching before workouts to warm up your muscles. And these are exercises like leg swings or arm circles. And in fact, we have a video on dynamic stretches. Here's a link right here. Go ahead and check that out. Man, we have so many links and so much video content for you to absorb. Aren't you glad you're subbed to this channel? I got you. So static stretching is essentially perfect for cooling down, but not ideal as part of your warm-up for intense activity. but it's a really good daily for flexibility, because if flexibility is a major goal for you, you can incorporate static stretches into your daily routine. Even on rest days is fine. Just spend 10 to 15 minutes each day focusing on areas where you feel tight. I usually just do 5 minutes on that torture device you just saw in the first like 10 seconds of this video. I've always wanted to do the Jean-Claude Van Damme split, and I've realized that it's gonna take a while, but that MMA stretcher is awesome. If you are interested in picking that up, there's a link in the description box. Check out our No Limit Amazon store. Once again, I got you covered, but it is brutal. Just letting you know, it sucks. It works, but it sucks. Now let's talk about how to program static stretches into our routine. The great thing about static stretches is that it doesn't need to take a long time to be effective. Like I said, I only do it for 5 minutes. A good start would be to aim for a duration of 30 seconds to 2 minutes per stretch. The longer you hold, the more your muscles relax and lengthen. Keep that in mind. For reps, we can do 2 to 3 sets of each stretch if you have the time, especially for muscles that feel particularly tight. I like to do 2 sets personally. Frequency, I would say stretch after every workout. I don't see why we wouldn't want to, and it doesn't take that long. And add some light stretching on rest days if you want to maintain or improve flexibility. Remember, stretching shouldn't be painful. You should feel a deep stretch, but never to the point where it hurts. It's a simple but powerful tool for improving flexibility, aiding recovery, and preventing injuries. It only takes a few minutes after your workout, but it can make a huge difference in how your body feels and performs. Guys and girls, I know flexibility usually takes a back seat in the realm of fitness. It shouldn't. If we are looking for a total full body fitness package, what are we looking at? We're looking at diet, right? We're looking at strength training, we're looking at cardiovascular health, and we're looking at flexibility. All 4 of those are important. Let's say we just focus on one. Let's just say we focus on strength training, right? You know, we talk a lot about isometrics on our channel, right? And you know, the static training, and this is static stretching, okay? So don't they go together? Actually they do. You like we talked about earlier, you're gonna lengthen a tendon and you're going to strengthen a tendon. That is like such perfect, it's like the perfect catch line. It's hilarious. I didn't even practice that. But if our mobility is compromised, right, as we get older, we're going to essentially look stiff. You ever see somebody that just looks stiff, okay, right? And then when you see someone that practices flexibility training or yoga, they just look younger. They just move. They have this grace about them where their body just moves fluidly, okay? That's the power of training your body with flexibility exercise. It's really that important. I remember seeing this one guy at Planet Fitness years ago when I first started lifting. At the time, he was probably early 40s. So right now he'd probably be like mid 50s. I bet he's still stretching. He would go by the water fountain at a public gym, by the way, and just sit down and start doing like stretches. To this day, I've never seen a grown man be able to stretch like that before. I've never, except on YouTube. I've never seen that before. And his flexibility was amazing. And I remember he told me about that, about stretching and how important it was, especially as we got older. Well, man, it's been a minute. I forgot your name, but I am now spreading your message out to hopefully, potentially hundreds of thousands of people, maybe one day. But it's really important. So remember, stretch after your workouts, not before intense activity. Hold each stretch for 30 seconds to 2 minutes, and make stretching a part of your daily routine if increasing your flexibility is your goal and doesn't have to take any longer than, I would say, 2 minutes tops. And if you'd like to see our videos on stretching, here's a link right here. Click on it and we'll see you there.